Hall of Famer, a legendary Olympic gold medalist, now Hall of Fame promoter, the one and only Oscar De La Hoya, the Golden Boy, kind enough to join us on this Tuesday evening, a big week for him. Hello, Oscar. How are you? In the car? Where are you headed to, Oscar? To film another video? What are we doing on this Tuesday evening?
I just got out of the spa with my lady, Holly. I got a lymph node massage on my face.
Love it.
And my neck. So getting ready for fight week here. Jake Paul, Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. So we're off to the races. So I'm looking forward to it, man.
I love. Ade actually wanted to ask you a question about your latest video. Did you want to ask him about it, or did you?
I was just going to ask. Well, firstly, I'm happy that he's not wearing a robe, and we were just asking about the sock placement as well. That's what we were asking.
I said there's no what. I don't know what he's talking about. What do you think?
Yeah, I have no clue what you're talking about. What's up?
Oscar, this is tremendous. Your promotion, your social media as of late. Who's behind all of this, Oscar? The clapbacks. So who's doing all of this? Because you've really taken it up a notch.
Holly, there's 1,000 people behind it, Ariel. 1,000 people. No, it's only me and Holly who are coming up with ideas to promote. I mean, look, nowadays you have to get the attention of these young kids and just think outside the box and get the views. And that's exactly what we're doing. So look, I mean, I don't know how many views this thing got, but a lot of people are talking about Jake Paul and Chavez Jr. The undercard is incredible. So I'm going to keep doing my thing, whatever it takes to get their names out there.
So can I ask about you coming together with MVP to put on this card? Because there's obviously a bunch of great Golden Boy fighters, but Jake at the top of the bill. Initially, when you were approached about doing this, what were your thoughts? And could you tell us now, as we approach fight week and, of course, fight night, how the partnership has been so far?
Yeah, the partnership, first of all, has been incredible. It's been amazing. Working with Nakisa and, obviously Jake Paul as the head guy there for MVP has been amazing. And, they know how to do it. They really do. And I'm really excited because the only reason I got involved with this is because he's fighting a real fighter now. Julio Cesar Chavez went 12 rounds with Canelo. He is an ex-world champion in boxing. So this is a real legit fight. I'm looking forward to it. I'm obviously questioning what Chavez Jr. will we see. Will he be in great shape? Will he not be in shape? Will he make weight? Will he do a lot of questions behind it? But ultimately, you have to tell yourself, Jake Paul, congratulations. This is a real first legitimate world champion fighter you're fighting.
Okay, Oscar, look, you know the boxing game better than all of us, right? I mean, better than anyone. You're a Hall of Fame promoter, you're a Hall of Fame fighter, Olympic gold medalist, etc. If Jake does get past Julio Cesar Chavez, say he stops him, for example, where does this Jake sort of steamship go to? Like Jake thinks he can win a world title. Do you think he could? There's always a belt somewhere, but do you think he could potentially do something in this game?
I think he can win a world title. It's obviously going to take time. That's all it is going to take is time and experience. So facing Julio Cesar Chavez Jr., world champion, 12 rounds with Canelo, is experience for him. If he passes that test, let's say he knocks him out in the later rounds, obviously it'll be a huge confidence boost for Jake Paul, and it'll silence a lot of doubters. Not all of them, but it'll silence a lot of doubters, and he can move on to the next challenge. And then that next challenge is possibly a top 10 in the world.
Yeah. I want to talk about the chief support. Your guy, Gilberto Ramirez. I was in Riyadh to see him put on, I thought, a fantastic performance against Chris Smith. It's now Dorticus. But the one we want. The one we want to see is Zerdo versus Jai to determine who is the best cruiserweight in the world. Has there been any conversation if Zerdo gets past Dorticus with no injuries that we get a Jai super fight?
Yeah, look, we're waiting for obviously this Saturday. This Saturday is going to be very, very important for a lot of fighters. For Jake Paul, who's on the card, obviously. For Kid Austin, who's facing Tevin Farmer, and Zurdo versus Tortico. So it's a very, very, and we can't forget Curiel, Raul Curiel, who's fighting for the #1 position. I believe it's for the WBA title. So Lots at stake. I think that Zurdo Ramirez winning on Saturday just gives them options to fight Obatai, or options to fight, let's say, a Benavides in a super fight here in the U.S. So there's good options for him. We'll just have to wait and see what happens. One thing about Golden Boy is that we don't like to plan ahead before he takes care of business on Saturday night.
You mentioned the Kid Austin fight against Tevin Farmer. That to me is like the sneaky fight on the card. We were talking about it earlier, and I feel like perhaps the guy with the most pressure on his shoulders, even more so than Julio at this point, is Kid Austin Floyd Schofield because of everything that happened in Riyadh a few months ago, and it feels like a lot of his momentum has stopped. You win against a vet like Farmer. You remind everyone that you are someone that needs to be talked about. What do you feel about how this fight is going to go? What are you thinking right now? What are you sensing?
Oh, you hit it on the nail's head, Ariel. I think that this is a sleeper fight. I think that a lot of people watching live and on pay-per-view are going to be very, very surprised of what type of fight is going to unfold. Tevin Farmer is going to be in his face, and Kid Austin, he's a young, hungry lion who is right there. He cracked top 5. He's ready to fight for the world title, but he has to go up against Tevin Farmer, who's crafty, who will make you look bad, who can take your punch, who has a lot of conditioning. So this is this is the first real test for Kid Austin. But if Kid Austin wins, if Kid Austin knocks him out, let's say, we have a star in our hands. That's exactly what I'm going to predict. We have a star in Kid Austin.
I love that. A couple of days ago, I saw Jake a little critical of the Canelo-Crawford press conferences, in particular, the fact that all the fighters were up there and then Dana White came out and, maybe some other people were calling into question the pushing and the shoving. You know the game. You know the promotional game. What have you made of their 2-leg tour so far that will culminate this Friday in Las Vegas with the 3rd leg?
Look, I really do think the fight, the fight can go either way, guys. Either Crawford gets on his bicycle because Canelo hits too hard, just like we saw with Skull, or there's another scenario that can happen where Crawford can make Canelo look bad, just like Mayweather did, okay, and just took him to school without running, or we'll see Canelo just annihilate him because of the weight. You have to remember that Crawford is a 47-pounder or 54-pounder, coming, and Canelo has fought he's probably weighed 200 pounds in the ring at one point. So, and it makes a huge difference, guys. 1 pound, 2 pounds, 3 pounds makes a huge, huge difference. So, especially at the elite level. So, I think it's a great fight. I just think that the press conferences were freaking lame.
Why?
Just because it was all staged. I mean, come on, guys. Look, if you want to see Canelo pissed off, take a look at my press conference.
Yeah.
With Munguia and Canelo. That's Canelo pissed off.
No, you're right. You mentioned Munguia there, Oscar. Obviously, look, we know Munguia is currently going through his own situation. Boxing has had a problem with performance-enhancing drugs for so many years. And I've always felt like it's never really dealt with the issue. You've always been very open and vocalized about it. What does boxing need to do to stop this issue? Because it's happening far too many times now with big name boxers.
Just have to crack down on the look. Jaime Munguia, who knows what he's going to get? If he's going to get a year suspension or 6 months or whatever. But you have to crack down. You have to be firm, because look, again, guys, the fighters don't swing a baseball bat. They don't throw a football. We're punching each other. So it's a very dangerous sport, and we have to crack down. Meaning, just stay firm and give these guys, suspend them for as long as you have to. You have to send the message. I thought we had sent the message when Canelo got popped twice. But these fighters are wanting advantages. Who knows what they're taking? Who knows what type of advantage they want? But it's wrong. It's very wrong, because again, in boxing, you're hitting somebody, you're smashing somebody's head in. So very dangerous.
Final one for me, Golden Boy of so many fantastic fighters. I think the prized possession is Ryan Garcia, who I think is an incredible fighter, incredible person outside the ring as well. He's injured as we speak. We want to see him in the ring again very soon. Is there a chance we see him in the ring before the end of the year?
Yeah, there could be a chance. He did get surgery. He had a little problem with his shoulder, but he's doing great. He's doing fine, from what I hear. We are going to see him end of the year. Yeah, and we're not sure yet. I mean, it could be a pit bull, for instance. It could be the rematch with Rollies, which I would love to see. So there's a lot of good options out there for Ryan. I think that he was going through a lot. I mean, you have to literally consider that past year, what he went through was just, I mean, I couldn't go through it. It was just difficult. You know, his life was just difficult at that time. So I'm hoping he gets his stuff together. I'm hoping that he stays focused, because he loves boxing. He loves what he does. He knows his talents, his ambition. He wants to be multi-world champion. So look, we're with him 1,000%, and I'm gonna support him 1,000%. And whenever he's ready to be back, I'll be there with him.
Two last quick ones. Turkey today tweeting out to any youngsters out there, hey, if you want to be on my undercard on September 13th, hit us up. Will any Golden Boy fighters be on this card at Allegiant Stadium?
Yeah, if Turkey and his people call us, we have tons of great prospects. That we can showcase on this fantastic card. But it's up to His Excellency. It's up to the people running the ring there. And so yeah, we're obviously open to anything.
Are you down with Manny Pacquiao fighting? Are you comfortable with this? Do you think it's a good idea?
You know what? I learned that you can never tell a fighter whether he has to retire or not. He has to make that decision on his own. I think that if Manny Pacquiao wants to come back and fight, and he feels it in his gut, he feels it in his heart, in his body, why not just go for it? Just be careful. You're facing a young guy who is probably half your age, who is coming with everything, who's going to try to make a point off your name. So, we can feel great inside the gym. We can feel amazing throwing punches on pads and in sparring. But when it comes to that first battle in a real fight, it's a whole different story when you're 40-something years old.
By the way, the prediction video yesterday, does that like take the spot of Clapback Thursday, or are we still getting a Clapback Thursday video?
No, we need a clapback.
What does that
Yeah,
mean?
we're getting a hard clapback this Thursday.
Oh wow!
I mean, I have probably the best one yet.
Can we get a tease?
Best one yet.
Can we get a tease?
Thursday.
What do we?
No, sorry, no tease. Not on your platform. Sorry, no tease. It's
Come on.
gonna be amazing.
Wow.
It's gonna be, but you are gonna see the predictions. Yes, very often.
Okay, can't wait. Thank you. That's a great tease. Thank you, Oscar. Good luck this weekend. We're looking forward to it.
Thank you.
Love your show, man. Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much. There he is, the great Oscar De La Hoya.